Hey, you're finally awake. What is up everyone, my name's Conspirito and welcome back to another episode of my Minecraft guide. Survival Edition, Season 1, Episode 3. Yes, so hello everybody. If you are watching this video, then you are probably here for an all there is to know about your first caving adventure, or you just enjoy the show. Either way, welcome back to another episode. In the last episode, we took care of some stuff that is gonna make our lives so much easier in our first caving adventure. If you wanna go catch up, there's the video right there. And now right before we head out, let's take a good look at our inventory to see what it is exactly that we're gonna be taking with us. Okay, so we have a full set of copper armor that's gonna keep us nice and safe. We've got some copper tools, a pickaxe, an axe. You can go ahead and craft yourself a sword if you want. I usually skip the sword, especially in the early game, since it does way less damage than the axe. This one only does 5 attack damage, while this one does 9 attack damage. So yeah, for me, I'm gonna stick to the axe for now. Shovel for digging out all kinds of dirty blocks. I mean like sandy blocks, like sand, gravel, all of those. A water bucket can be pretty helpful. We've got a shield as well. You can go ahead and keep that one in your offhand. I just keep it in my inventory so that I don't block the field of view for you guys. Some torches to light up the place over there. We will be finding some coal as we start caving, but the deeper we go, the less abundant coal is going to become, and we're going to end up running out of torches. So it is best to keep some coal on you, as well as a stack of torches, and also mine any coal you see on the way down. Wood is also something that is not usually found underground, so you might want to grab some wood, preferably in the form of logs, since one log is equal to 4 planks. I'm going to be using these birch logs since I never really use them in building anyway. We've got a bit overkill on the bundles, I would say. Oh, also, we're also gonna need an iron pickaxe. Now, you can find some iron while caving and make one over there, but do note that most of the ores we're gonna be looking for are gonna require an iron pickaxe or better to mine. So this isn't gonna cut it, our wooden pickaxe isn't gonna cut it, and yeah. We also have some bundles, a stack of food, of any food. You don't need a full stack, but better more than less, I guess, and when it comes to this thing. A spare bed, so we can set our respawn point, just in case we die and wanna quickly jump back to save our stuff. And I made a bunch of these scaffoldings, which are gonna come in quite handy with caving and when building. Crafting them is a piece of cake as well. All you need is some bamboo and some string, just like so. And don't worry, if you don't have bamboo yet, you can always just use a stack of any blocks to, you know, bridge around and whatnot. If you do have bamboo though, these are gonna be very useful, and I will show you why. The way these work is pretty simple really. Let's say I want to tower up to some place that I can't reach. What I would do is just right click while holding the scaffolding on the ground, and these guys will start towering up. Now once I've reached the heights that I would like to get to, I can just walk right through them, by the way. I would hold my spacebar or jump button, whatever it is for you, and I'll just start climbing. Yeah, and same goes for when you want to get down. You just hold your crouch button and yeah, simple enough. And now you can even platform 6 blocks away. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Before your next scaffolding starts dropping to the ground, creating another support pillar, which you can then platform 6 blocks away from as well. And once you're done, you just go down. And what you can now do is just break this one over here, and everything that it was holding will fall down. Oh snap, yeah. Luckily, items will eventually float. This is a good time to mention, if you're ever trying to find some items and you can't see them, you hold F3 and press B, making the hitbox of those items visible, making it easier for you to find them. Is that... oh, it's a fish. Okay, let's grab the rest of this stuff. Alright, let's head out. Alright, so different ores have different heights at which they generate in. If you go ahead and press your F3 button, you'll see right up there, up top, you have the X, Y, Z. X being this number, Y being the middle number, and Z being the right number. The only one that matters for ore generation is the middle one, but let's go ahead and talk about them all for a minute. The X represents your location on the east and west plane, while the Z axis represents your location on the north and south plane. And finally, the Y, that middle number, represents how high or low you are in the world. And so if I face north, you'll see right over there it says facing north towards negative Z. That means the more I move in that direction, the more that Z number is gonna go ahead and decrease. And if I move in the other direction, it's gonna increase. The same goes for the X axis. If I move east, it's gonna increase. If I move west, it's gonna decrease. These XY coordinates can come in really handy if you're like exploring a new area and you would like to get back to it later, but your navigation skills suck. What you can just do is open that F3 menu, take a screenshot by pressing F2 or write the numbers down, whichever you prefer, and just navigate to those coordinates. Simple enough, right? Okay, and now back to that Y coordinate, which is really why we're here in the first place. Okay, so like I said earlier, the frequency of which a certain ore generates is governed by how high or low we are in the world. That's where our Y-axis comes in. In our case, for example, we want to finish this caving expedition with at least 5 diamonds to our name. And if we look here, you see they will only start generating at about Y level 16. And from there, the lower you go, the more chance of finding diamonds you have. If we take a look at coal, for example, which is represented by this black blob over here, you'll see that after you go below level 0, you will not be able to find any of it. And same goes for all the other ores. Each one has its unique generation mechanics. Right, here it is. This is where we found our first 2 pieces of iron in the first episode. Right, I'm going in. Okay, so our main objective from this caving expedition is gonna be to find at least 5 diamonds and hopefully 14 pieces of obsidian. However, before we start venturing into the depth of this world, it might be a good idea to set up our bed here somewhere, as well as keep this place nice and lit to avoid any unwanted mob spawning. Okay, nothing too serious. I'm just gonna throw my bed in and set my spawn. And now if we ever end up dying, we'll just respawn over here and run back to grab our stuff. Right, now it's a good idea to firstly go in, lighting up the area and dealing with any hostile mobs that you might find, and only then turning back to dig out any ores that you might have come by along your journey. That way you don't risk being jumped by mobs when mining your precious ores. Alright, I've managed to light up most of this area over here. And so I think I'm gonna try to get rid of this annoying waterfall in the middle. Now let's see, is there a place where we can just... Yeah, that should do it. Great, and now if we just place a block here for a second and take it out, this water is gonna get trapped here. Okay, so for this area right here, what we need to do is close this off like that, and then close this off like that. Yeah, that's gonna deal with this half. Yeah, seems fine. And now let's make sure to light up the area that was previously covered by the water, since it can now spawn hostile mobs. Ooh, okay, creeper tutorial. So, hear me out. This guy will only explode if you're close enough to them. That's why what you want to do is sprint and attack them while you are sprinting. That way you launch them back fast enough before they try to blow you to bits. You could also just tank it with your shield. Just make sure you have durability in that shield and don't make the mistake I made in the last episode. Good enough. Baby zombie. Oh no, run for your life. Okay. Don't panic, just 1, 2. Alright. That's it. That's all we need to do. If you ever see one of these, this is your best bet. They cannot climb here. Yeah, if we duck, we can manage to hit them. Did they make them cuter? Oh my god, they did. Okay, so this over here is redstone. It's one of these ores that can only be mined with our iron pickaxe or diamond later on. And it's going to be used in many of our builds, especially in this series. So we're definitely going to make sure to grab those. Right, so as you explore, you might run into one of these structures over here. This is an amethyst geode. If you go ahead and dig into it, you'll find out that its inside is actually hollow. Let's just make sure there are no mobs in there. I think we're in the clear. Yeah, the amethyst buds themselves give off a bit of a light level, so most of the time you won't find too many mobs being able to spawn here. That's still, it might be a good idea to light it up just a little better. Okay, I'm gonna grab just a little bit of those for now. In the meantime, just make sure not to break the block that they are sprouting out of, because then you won't be able to get any more of them. And now before we move deeper into that cave, I feel like our inventory is starting to get a little crowded. So first we'll turn some of our raw copper into copper blocks. And then we're gonna throw them inside the bundle. Actually, let's throw them inside one of the gray bundles, just like that. And then we'll use one of the other bundles for blocks like tuff, calcite, stuff that we're not gonna get too much of. Then we're gonna throw the arrows, the bones, the zombie flesh, the creepers, gunpowder, maybe also the amethyst shards into there, because they're not gonna stack either. Actually, these should definitely go here. Yeah. And then the redstone is also gonna be crafted into redstone blocks. These can go in there as well. Okay, so we've lit this place up pretty well, I would say. Let's go about mining now, shall we? Okay, and it looks like we found our first diamonds. Let's go ahead and mine those. I've already made sure to light up the area around so we don't get surprised by other mobs. And only one. Disappointing. But no worries, we're gonna find more in a bit. Okay, and now while I don't see any more ores that we should be grabbing, let's talk about the elephant in the room, which has to do with this strangely flat section over here. I mean, just take a look at this thing. It starts all the way over here and it corners up perfectly, goes all the way down there in a straight line as well. I mean, normal Minecraft generation isn't supposed to do that, which means this thing over here is probably a structure, and given the height we're at right now, it's probably a trial chamber as well. Yeah, and I can already hear footsteps coming in from somewhere over here. I'm gonna try and carefully dig my way through. Let's see, this should still be safe. You, come here, buddy. Right, we got him now. I hear a baby zombie. That's a spawner. Let's deactivate it real quick. There we go. Alright. We did a good job. Alright, and we got the chainmail armor. That's cool. Anything useful? Ooh, some diamond horse armor. That is great. We have some more redstone. I think this goes there. Some gold. Why not? Throw you in with these guys as well. You go there. You go there. You guys go there. Melon seeds, we don't really need those. You can go there, and yeah, that can't go there though. Okay, and now as a general rule of thumb, whenever you're exploring these small mazy caves that you can easily get lost in, a good idea would be to place all the torches on the left side of the walls while exploring. So that way you can always find the right way back. That's just a nice way of remembering it. Wait a minute. Look at that. That is a structure. Yeah, there we go. Trials chamber. Called it. I called it. No way. You've got to be kidding me. This is like the safe room of the trials chambers. Let's see here. We've got some honeycomb, some sticks. Nah, that's not much. However, there should be another treasure room somewhere underneath us over here. It's quite hidden, but I'll show you how to get to it. Right, so if you go into this air vent and close the door on yourself, you'll get squished inside. And then if you turn right behind this hollow copper block, there is a hidden door. And right behind it is another room with a bed and a chest that usually... Jesus. That usually contains better loot. This time as well, I guess. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is very good. And I guess while we're here, we can go ahead and grab some of these copper bulbs, since they require a blaze rod to craft ourselves, and we don't have any of those yet. Yeah, and believe it or not, we actually have 2 slime spawners here as well, which is... I'm not sure if it's lucky or not, but I am so grateful for that. Those are gonna come in quite handy in a bit. And of course, by in a bit, I mean not today, because I kind of want to keep on exploring this cave. I'm just gonna do a quick run lighting this area up to prevent future spawning. Like I said, I just like making sure the area is nice and lit before I start digging for ores, because I don't want to get jumped by a creeper from behind or something. Oh my god, they can't go out. Great. Fantastic. Okay, let's see what we have here. By the way, the reason we're not destroying these spawners when we find them is because they can actually be turned into a safe way of harvesting that specific mobs drop. So for example, if we needed any string, we can come here and turn this thing into a safe string farm, which it kinda is already, given that the spiders can't really escape and harm us. But there are ways to make it slightly more efficient, but more on that in another episode. Not again. Just what? Oh my god, that's the second time that happens. Well, you know what? All we need is just one more, actually. So even if this is just one, which yeah, it is, my god. I guess you can't get lucky with everything, right? Luckily enough, we did find 2 diamonds in that trial chamber chest, which means we have a total of 5 diamonds. So yeah, I think we're good to go. Right, and now as for that obsidian, I'm pretty sure I heard some lava here somewhere. Let's see, where was it? Oh, there we go, lava pops. Oh, more diamonds as well. Hopefully this time we get more than just one. No? Maybe? Yes. Alright, okay. Our bad omen is officially over. Yeah. Actually, this probably has to do with the fact that we're deeper underground. So we have a better chance of finding bigger clusters of those. Now, as for the obsidian we were after, one way to get it is by turning lava into obsidian. Specifically, the lava source, which is this block right here. And now we're gonna have to be careful here. Whatever you do, do not step into that lava. You'll burn into a crisp, and any items you have on you will burn with you. Instead, we're gonna let some water flow on top of that lava. Just make sure the water source itself doesn't come into contact with the lava, because that'll turn the water into stone, and then you have to go get some new water. Let's go ahead and add some lighting now that the lava is covered up. And now notice how only the lava source turned into obsidian, while the rest of the flowing lava turned into cobblestone. Yeah, that's actually a game mechanic that we're gonna be using to our advantage somewhere in the near future to create something called a stone generator. But more on that in another episode. In the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and use 3 of our diamonds to craft our first diamond pickaxe. which is gonna allow us to break and collect this obsidian block. Yeah, this one takes a while. Right, and when you're digging out obsidian from lava pools just like this one over here, you'll find that many times the block ends up breaking and falling straight into the lava pool, vanishing for eternity. And so here's a little trick that I like to do to avoid losing my precious blocks, myself included. Just throw in some water beneath your feet when you're mining, and that way, if there ends up being another lava block underneath the obsidian, the water is gonna get to it before the item and turn it into obsidian as well, saving you and your precious items. Just keep in mind that water only flows for 8 blocks. Right, and so I think this pretty much covers up everything you need to know before jumping into your first caving adventure. If you enjoyed this guide and would like to watch more content like this, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It's right there and it's really gonna help me out. Let me know in the comments if you think I missed out on anything important related to caving. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like. See you in the next episode, and peace.